Alright, hello everyone, my name is Seichan. Welcome back to my Cassette Beasts playthrough here on YouTube. Most probably one last time. Well, we can discuss that about a little bit later in this video. But nonetheless, we're still gonna, in today's episode, head into, I guess you could say, final mission. With the quest Land of Confusion. We have the Morgante song now fully completed, as we have been able to beat all the Archangels. We have beaten all the captains, and we have done pretty much all the side content that I have been able to do. We have that one fight against the Iante undone, but you know, it's a pretty tough one, so we're gonna forget that for now at least. And it's going to be up to you guys if you want to see it later on or not. But as said, let's discuss that after the end of everything else. So without further ado, let's get into the action itself and see how's the story gonna end in this playthrough as we head into this final mission. So here on the map we can see the exact location where the Morgante song is kinda hinting us to go, and the quest log just kinda already gives us a area where we need to go. So we don't need to like try to guess based on just the song alone that in whichever area in this map the actual location will be where we can find this last station. Apparently, I think that's at least what I understood from the song itself. Based on the song itself, I think this is the place to be. There are these three kind of lights, and we can actually listen to the song here one last time to kind of get the idea if this was the right place to go, because as it is mentioned here, let's go through this too. The kind of song tells me to go to the east. Well, we're not practically in the east, but I guess this is far enough, and we have head into this northbound area. I mean, we are pretty northbound at least, and there are grass and trees, Three lights stand apart in this land, and there are these three lights we found. And apparently, maybe if we just kinda stand around here for 30 seconds, I should make some kind of, something appear that will reveal us the entrance to the final train station, or something like that. That's at least how I kinda understood the meaning of the song here, so we'll just stand here a little while and see what happens. Well, something appeared at least. A mirror. Maybe we can just kinda go through it. Yeah, looks like it's going to be some kind of portal. And it teleports us to somewhere. Knightbridge Station. I guess this is the place to be. The final train station or something like that. This is just, completely different looking than any other stations we've seen so far. With all this like white background and a big moon in the middle there in the wall. And yeah, here we have the kind of interior of this place. And yeah, it looks pretty majestic, I guess you could say, in some sense. And ahead we can also see a door. So I guess we need to find a way to open up this door to get into something. I guess we're here to kind of, like the main objective is to try to find a way out of the new Wirral. So maybe this place has the exit, but there probably also will be some kind of boss fight coming, maybe against the Aleph himself, because we still haven't really beaten him or anything like that. But first we need to, of course, just figure out kind of the puzzle of this place. We have some platforming here, some things to find and interact with, so let's see what exactly we need to do here. So after running around a while, I can see that there are kind of two sides of this place, and on the other side we have this electric cube thing which we can take us with us and kind of just head back from where we originally came from. I originally was exploring to the right side of the place, but then I went to this left side first to explore this place more thoroughly. I kind of missed something on the right side, but we're gonna get back there a little bit later. I just wanted to show you as straightforward progress as possible for the video itself. But yeah, here we can kind of use this cube to get more of these platforms and then kind of move on in this area. And then here we have some weird looking kind of coffin right there on the right side of this map area. So I'm just kind of thinking that there might be some tough fight. As you can see, my team is a little bit weakened here because I ended up fighting some pretty strong opponents, random enemies here in this place, which are pretty high level. So my team is a little bit damaged. But here, this kind of looks like there might be some kind of fight ahead, so that's why I kind of healed my team. Apparently, that's Morgante and Mordred, my child, she says. So, is her child in that coffin, or what is going on here? Nevertheless, there actually is not fight in this coffin. There's not gonna be some monster spawning or anything like that. Actually, nothing happens here with that. But we do have this enemy here, which I think we need to defeat to kinda move forward. I just needed to still double check that nothing interesting happens with the coffin. And we have a chest here, so I think I need to beat this this rogue fusion here to get access to the chest, because there's probably something very important there that we need to get. And as you can see, Meredith has taken already a bit of beating from the random fights. So I just kinda immediately fused here, because I wanted to make sure that I can beat this fight in one smooth go. There's a lot of stuff I need to cover in this episode, so I'm gonna skip these kind of rogue fusion fights that we have to do here just to save some time, so this video doesn't drag on too long. But yeah, we were able to take out the fusion pretty nicely. Took some damage there and beating, but it's okay, because we can kind of leave this place whenever we want to go back to the harbor town to kind of restock our healing items and recover our team, so it's not that bad. We get this Azure Keystone from this chest, and now we need to get to the other side of this place to get one from there as well. So on the other side we face another rogue fusion, beat it up into two, and then kind of destroy the two half of it. It was kind of a fusion of this king and queen chest pawn looking things. Which was a little bit tedious fight, but in the end we got it done quite smoothly, I would say. And thus we can now access a chest on this side as well to get another one of those Azure Keystones, which we need those two pieces basically to open up the way forward. And that's pretty much all we need to do. It wasn't that big of a puzzle or anything, just needed to beat some enemies to get these keystones. So at this point I'm gonna return to the harbor town, quickly stock up my healing items, recover my team, and then we'll head through the portal and see what's gonna lie beyond there. Well, actually I do have to mention real quick this one side quest that I kinda randomly got when I returned to the harbor town, because we meet this kind of a one of these land keepers, but now because, you know, their purpose is kinda, you know, destroyed because we destroyed the arcane, so kinda controlling them. This land keeper here, for example, is just kind of, you know, out of it all and kind of confused and not really, I guess, herself. I mean, kind of in a zombie mode. I mean, I don't know if that's that much of a difference on how she was maybe under control of the Dark Angels. But nevertheless, we just kind of need to help her out a little bit to get back on her feet, and we're gonna do that basically by just kind of, you know, accepting her in the harbor town and letting her live here. And then we'll need to get her some new swag, I guess you could say. So we're gonna head into this clothing store, get a new outfit for her, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole quest. It's nothing like very difficult or long taking time-wise. It's just, you know, this kind of a fun little thing. I'm gonna let the cutscenes roll here so you can see it for yourself before we move on. Also, there's a little bit of love in the air here.
Hey. Huh.
What? Okay. Wow. Okay. Thanks.
Alright, time to get back into the real action. Here the game even warns me that if I go through this door, there might not be a way back for me. So, I'm not sure what's going to happen exactly here, but I'm mostly prepared for some hard boss fight. And all of our companies actually here joins us here as well, which is very nice to see. It's very nice to see that, you know, collecting all these companions, they actually come together here at the end and kind of join me here. So, without further ado, let's see what's gonna happen here.
Momentous!
Oh.
Yes. But now we're back in action. Hey! Well... Fine!
Alright, so our gang kinda just decided to not make a deal with the devil, I guess you could say. Which is, I mean, I guess kinda predictable. It would be funny if the game would have offered actually possibility to accept that offer, but I mean, story-wise it makes sense. We're trying to be the good guys here. But yeah, here we are with the fight with the Aleph himself, which is honestly a little bit scary. Yeah, a little bit higher level than we are. So I'm not really a fan to see that. Also, this death by 1000 cuts really did at least okay damage, decent damage to my sheep here. It's a little bit annoying, but I think with the leads we can kind of recover enough HP to stay alive, and of course we can also use the new leaf ability as well from the Blossomo to kind of get more recovery here as well. Let's gotta honestly say here that this Blossomo has been like my MVP team, because it's such a great support beast with the leads ability, poison abilities. I mean, it doesn't really do that much damage in its attacks, because it doesn't really even have that many attacks itself, but that's the whole point, right? It's just this very good tanky support Pokemon, and I love this thing so much. And it can help us out very nicely here as well, as we can kind of, you know, use our sheep here, Razm or whatever this thing was called, as this kind of a, you know, main attacker. But what we can also do here, first time ever as well, is to kind of just fill up the fusion meter and just fuse immediately into Rammo. I think with the fusion this fight will be going a lot more easier. But let's see how it goes. Let's let the fight roll here and see what happens. And I just realized that I accidentally called Blossomo a super Pokemon just now, so sorry about that, don't pay attention to that. I'm just, you know, been playing way too much Pokemon, so every time I play a monster capturing game that is not a Pokemon, I still call the freaking monsters a Pokemon. Well, it is what it is. Just never mind that, and you know, let's just roll on with the fight.
Deus Excalibur!
So far we are doing pretty good, I would say. The Aleph is actually almost beaten already, but as you might guess, there's no way it's all just gonna be over with this fight. Of course there's going to be another phase, right? I mean, it's a kind of a like common RPG thing to have, right? That whenever there's a big final boss fight, that it's just not gonna end in single phase. But we will see here in just a moment. Once we just, you know, do one last attack, Aleph here, and try to, you know, reduce the HP to 0. Let's see what's gonna happen now. We do get the victory. Well, it's one. But as said, I think we're just gonna have a cutscene and then continue from there with like a phase 2 or something like that. Well, let's see what's gonna happen here.
Perhaps.
Huh.
All right. Let's go.
Very well. Right.
Alright, so we're just gonna fight an Aleph that fused with every single Archangel. That sounds promising. I was kinda hoping here that that my teammates would all fuse together as well, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But we can at least fuse again with Meredith and then have a fight against this guy. It's kinda cool still to see this kind of a setup where we have all of our team, all our companions here fighting against this big bad. And second time again, we have a song with lyrics now, which is kind of cool again. you probably won't be able to hear it too much when I'm speaking over it, but you know, I will let the fight roll in just a minute here on itself, so you can enjoy the soundtrack as well a little bit. But yeah, here we go with our full team against the Aleph, and we'll see if we can get this fight beaten.
Typical. You. Wake up already! What?
Why?
Right! Yeah! Yeah! Come.
We got it, gang. Our whole team just combined and fused together into something that kinda looks like Morgante, to be honest. But I guess that's the whole point. Now we can have this Morgante fighting against Aleph. And I immediately kinda know this here, that what will be the strat for me to do to get the win. we have this Coda Morgana attack here, so we need to get our AP to full, so we can then just kind of one-shot this boss. And I think the best way to go about that is exactly if I just use my weak attack that uses the lowest amount of AP, so I can hopefully, you know, recover more AP that I'm using every single turn, and then I can just finish off this fight with the Coda Morgana. So that is exactly the plan that I will be doing here. And let's see here. Yeah, I first use this Barkley's ability because it will allow faster AP generation. So basically, now if I just keep on using my kind of lowest AP consuming attack, which is my conviction, I will be able to collect the AP and then just kind of, you know, get enough to do the super special one-shot attack. And yeah, ain't nothing much to do with this. At this point, this fight is kind of easy. The ally fusion itself is not really doing too much damage against us. We can just easily tank any hit that it takes. I guess the whole point of this phase is that it's actually just really kind of, you know, just kind of seal up the deal with this fight, because yeah, we can just easily now do the one-hit KO attack and finish up this battle for good. And then we can see what's gonna happen after that. Are we gonna get back to home, to our own world, away from New Wirral? Are we gonna stay here? But we shall see how it's going to resolve now.
Farewell.
Sorry.
Huh? Hey, sugar. Well. Relax. Brilliant!
Alright, so now we basically have a way to leave New Wirral. So, I mean, ain't nothing much else to it, because I just want to kinda see what happens in the cutscene. What happens if I try to leave? Are everyone else gonna leave to their own worlds as well? It's going to be a bit bittersweet to leave everyone kinda, well, not behind, because they're gonna probably go to their own worlds if that's gonna happen. But you know, if we all go to our separate ways. But let's see what's gonna happen here.
Well. What?
Farewell, friends.
It's been a blast. I'm gonna miss these good times.
Don't you forget about me, okay? Oh, I love you. The future has always been ours for the taking. Are you ready?
And that's that, guys. Honestly, it was a bittersweet ending. Especially, it was sad to see Meredith and my character to go their separate ways. But of course, you know, that was the thing that was about to happen anyway, I think. So there was not really a way around it. I mean, like, of course, one of them could have decided to go with the other one to their work. I don't know if that would have been possible or not. But yeah, it's still, I guess, happy ending. It just feels a bit bittersweet. But the game is technically not over. It actually allows you to reload back to your save and just kind of continue playing on the new Wirral and just kind of do things that you want to do if you still had some unfinished things before that ending cutscene. So it kind of reloads back to that point. So technically it's still possible. Just keep on playing the same save file in the world and explore it around and check out everything that was left undone. So that's why I also want to ask you guys that if you want to see more Cassette Beasts content here on the channel, let me know in the comments. If you do want to see that Iante fight that I was talking about earlier, I can grind my team definitely just, you know, high enough of level and then give it a shot. I think it's definitely a doable fight. That's not an issue, but the issue was that because, you know, it will require so much grinding that I decided to not do it yet. I decided to kind of leave it as a post-game content if you guys want to see it. But that is going to be up to you, because as said, whenever I start a new playthrough, I will of course play through the main story. And based on your feedback, if you want to see more of the game than just the, you know, main campaign, then I will definitely do more content. But if not, then I will be moving on to next playthrough or gaming videos, whatever I will come up next after this one. But if I'd have to say some final words about this game, it was pretty damn good game, like very nice, this kind of a story-driven single-player experience with this kind of a monster catching team. So a little bit different than Pokemon. Can't really say if it's better or worse than a Pokemon, but I think it's very unique at least, and that is definitely a good thing, that it's not like too similar to Pokemon. So it's not like straight copy-paste or anything like that. It has definitely its own elements that makes it stand out, and it's definitely a worthwhile game to play to anyone who is a Pokemon fan. So if you got interest to play this game yourself, go purchase the game. It doesn't cost that much money or anything, and support the devs behind this game, because it would be nice to see more these kind of games from these devs for sure. But nonetheless, that's going to be all for today's episode and today's video and for this playthrough, at least for the time being. So as said, leave your thoughts in the comments. If I get any feedback that you want to see more, I will then start planning about some kind of a post-game video about this game. I think I could, you know, try to fit everything that I'd want to do in a single video. Honestly, I don't even know if there's much anything else besides that Iante fight. So might be a pretty short video if I decided to make one. But as said, it all depends on you. Nonetheless, remember to like the video if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, anything you might have in mind. Subscribe if you're new over here. And as always, I will see you with the future videos. But for now, it's going to be a bye-bye.